Hello, genius. I hope you're doing amazing. Today I'm getting on this camera to share with you the fourth notification of the Zoom masterclass that is coming the 27th of June for free. And what we're going to talk about today is pain versus suffering. But quickly, before getting into it, what is the purpose of this notification? You have surely seen there have been three already released. The purpose of these notifications is for you to get insight into what is living through the heart. I want you to know, intellectually understand what is living through the heart. So whenever I say, hey, hop on this master class, you're knowing what you're going to expect. You know what you're going to get out of it. You know that living through the heart isn't being happy by doing something externally. You know now that living through the heart is consciously, without having to move, create and change your biochemistry. So again, this video today, we're going to talk about the difference of pain versus suffering. So I'll share with you that pain is a good thing. Pain is what keeps us alive. Sadhguru says if we didn't feel pain, we would be cutting ourselves up into ribbons in the name of fashion. He says everywhere we don't have pain, we have, fashion, where it be hairstyle, piercings, etc. So what I want to touch on more so is about suffering and the difference between pain and suffering. Pain is innate. We need pain because if not, I would touch fire and my hand would literally like be there, and I would have blisters if I didn't have those pain receptors. So what is suffering? Suffering can go, I mean, suffering is like, think about suffering light. Think about suffering ego. Think about suffering to be spirit. Not to say that these are all positive ways to think about suffering. No, that suffering has to be done consciously. Why? An experience that happened 10 years ago, you may still be suffering today. An experience that has not yet happened, you can suffer today. So why is this important? Why do I share this with you? Well, because living through the heart, you're going to learn how to consciously affect your biochemistry. What is your biochemistry? If you're happy, we can look at your chemistry and it will be a certain way. If you are depressed, in anxiety, in fear, we can look at your chemistry and it will be a certain way. I'm gonna connect that last thought with dimensions of consciousness and reality. So, for someone that's not very conscious, for someone that's affecting their life just through their physical body, they're not using their brain, they're not using their heart, literally only their physical body. How conscious are they? That doesn't matter. You already know the answer. But the thing is, what I want us to understand is if you're living your life only through your body, you are an equivalent to your environment. That is to say, if you get fired, you're going to feel, record in your body how that situation made you feel. Well, Fernando, are you saying that there's another way to not allow external situations to affect your biochemistry, to affect how every experience is recorded in your brain? Yes. And we all kind of know this. We all know that like positive thinking and affirmations and meditation, but I talk about the heart, which is the only way to be 100% conscious. So, how does living through the heart? I've made my last notification about a little bit about this. Let me tell you more. Imagine you right now and you are consciously creating a elevated emotion. This means that you feel an emotion. You're feeling happy, bliss. And why do I always relate only to the positive ones? Well, the human being that knows how to consciously enter this dimension and use it is not going to create a negative reality. Why? Because they realize the power they have. They realize, wow, I turned this light on. I'm feeling it this instant. So, why does the person living through the heart have an advantage over the person that does not allow or use any internal processes, whether it be the brain or the heart or anything inside? Well, let's look at it. Let's say a situation happens and the emotional quotient of this experience is -10. And by default, what I am creating inside is at 30. So I walk around, I'm always at +30. That's the vibration. And this is all metaphoric, right? This is just so we can understand it. But granted, giving with EEG brain mapping, gas discharge, epigenetic testing, testing your stem cells, your telemeters, we can see what vibration, like the causes of the elevated emotion you're creating. So again, we're going back to this scenario. The vibration that I create is +30. A situation happens that is a -10. The emotional quotient, the energetic quotient of this situation is -10. So as soon as I embody it, because I am carrying myself at +30, boom, I drop myself a little bit, right? I go from +30 to, let's say, +25, because this energy that's -10 has to go through my filter. So let's just say that I go from +30 to -20. Sure, I'm still up above at -20. I'm not neutral. I didn't drop. I didn't stoop down to -10. Do we see the magic of living through the heart, carrying an elevated emotion? Now let me paint the picture of where you are today, where the average person is, where any individual that is not consciously living. You could be repeating like I used to at one point. Love, love, love. I would wake up and go to sleep and I would repeat the word love. But even there, you're still vulnerable to the emotional quotient of your external life. So let's just paint a picture of a person that is living by not thinking, right? Because I used to do it too. I used to think the best way to live is by not having any conscious thought. So I'm living at that state of mind by thinking by not thinking is a neutral state. It's neutral. So something happens, it's -10. The energetic quotient is -10. Boom, it happens to me. Now my energy, my neutral self, goes to -10. It has to. That's science. That's biology. Like, these are facts. So what happens? Well, let's look at the two people. Who do you want to be? Do you want to be a direct mirror to your external life? Or do you want to accept that negative things happen, but you're going to carry yourself at such an elevated state that you're going to always be able to overpower the external situation? That's a question for you. I would say the obvious answer is yeah. Fernando, teach me how to carry myself at +30, so whenever I get dumped, whenever I get fired, I'm not having to binge watch a Netflix series, eat ice cream, because the only reason I go to Disney movies and binge watch and binge eat is so I can feel happy and I can feel cozy. We already are we are constantly trying to affect our biochemistry, but it's unconscious because we don't say, oh, I'm gonna go watch movies to affect my biochemistry. No, we recognize that my energy is low, I'm kind of sad, I'm in a grayish area, so I know that, oh, well, these movies make me happy because whenever I was little they would bring me happiness, so we go and watch them. So it's unconscious. So we can just tweak it a little bit and say, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna consciously affect my biochemistry. This is what living through the heart is. This is the point of this notification. So you can listen and say, like, really, like, take it in and be like, do I want this? Is this for me? And I'm telling you, it is for you. It's for all of us. And I remind you, the Zoom masterclass, it will be free. It will be the 27th of June. Please share this video. Bring your whole family along if you want. And till then, peace, love, and happiness. Goodbye.